We live in the softest period of time in all of history, okay? Now, more than ever, people believe that they are entitled to things. People say, I was born in this situation, so I should get this from somebody. And often that's the government or from society at large. We live in an era where you hand out participation trophies, where you can't bring you can't give a Valentine's to a girl unless you have enough for the whole class, right? Because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to make them feel left out and unloved. And yes, okay, I understand. We don't want to hurt people's feelings too much, but whatever happened to actually working for things? Whatever happened to putting in the time and the effort required to get good things, right? People very much more than ever now want things to be gifted to them. They are an entitled society, right? But there are a few realms in which this sort of entitled mindset that you can kind of get away with in other areas of your life, such as like people saying offensive things around you. You can say, but this is my safe space, or whatever. You can get all worked up and get all offended. And in some areas, maybe people will create that area environment for you. But where this will not work is with business, right? Where the free market will just absolutely destroy you if you don't put in the time and effort and work to make a good product or a good company, right? Another area where it's just utterly ruthless, savage survival of the fittest is with women, right? Because women are not going to hook up with you just because they take pity on you and because you didn't get hooked up with it. There's no equal dance floor, like, everybody gets asked to dance one, or we gotta assign teams because nobody wants to be the last one to picked for the basketball team, or whatever it is. There is no such situation like that with women. If you want women, you need to have a goal and you need to take the action towards it. Now, one very popular product or mindset currently is like The Secret, okay? And if you haven't seen The Secret, I'll save you several hours of your time. Basically, the idea is if you think it, if you dream it, if you believe it, you will manifest it into your life, okay? Why do I fucking hate The Secret, okay? Why do I think it's full of shit? It's half true, right? It focuses entirely on the mental processes, right? Visualization, thinking positively, imagining as if you already have something. And these are very good routine, exercises, things to do, right? So if you want success with business, if you want success with women, yeah, sure, visualize yourself driving around in a Lambo. Visualize yourself with those like stunning model quality girls just lounging around you and begging you for your attention. Visualize yourself having orgies and harems and women who are buying you things, or whatever it is your goal is with women or business. Visualize those things, yes, sure. But then take the steps, take the incremental daily steps, the hard work, the grit and struggle that nobody is going to cinematize and plaster on a billboard and say, look at this, right? Because it's under the hood, it's under the covers. You cannot see this. All you see is the glory at the end. You see, oh, that guy has, a huge business. That CEO, I bet he hasn't worked at all. He has all of his people. He's just trampling people to get to the top, or that entrepreneur, he's a millionaire, but what has he done for society? Well, I guarantee you, if you look a little closer, he probably worked his ass off for thankless, countless hours, maybe, 20 hours a day, who knows, right? But he probably worked his ass off. And now if he's at a place where he's outsourced everything and he's hiring other people to do things, great for him, right? But don't mistake the long path to success, right? Same with women, right? Like if you see guys who, are really good at game, but they've put in years or hours into this, don't neglect the fact that there was a lot of struggle along that way and a lot of action, more importantly, right? So it's not all just fanciful, like, yes, the world is going to just simply give you what you want. Yeah, it does, right? It does, but you have to take the fucking action, okay? Right? So you can't be entitled about this. You can't be like demanding of the world of this or demanding society to give you your fair share. You have to just go out and work towards it, okay? If you only visualize it, if you only visualize beautiful outcomes for yourself, yeah, that's good. That's better than not. That's better than being self-defeating and saying, I'll never get that, right? It's definitely a step in the right direction. But why do I hate The Secret is because it's half true. And half-truths are even worse than something that's entirely false because it's harder to disprove, right? So The Secret, yeah, but it's half of the equation, right? It's like the equivalent of being like, okay, I want to go over there. So you get in your car, you sit down, you type the destination, the address in your Google Maps or whatever, you turn on the navigation, you put it there, and you just wait to magically arrive there. No, that's not going to work, right? You have to turn on the car, and you have to actually drive to get there, right? So without that goal, without that positive mindset and the outcome, the goal that you're striving towards, right, and trying to manifest that, you're not going to get there, right? You might be able to take action without a solid goal, right? You drive around aimlessly and then you never reach where you want to go. So that's one way, that's action without a goal. And then the other way would be a goal without action, just sitting in your car like an idiot, hoping to magically arrive at your destination, right? Nobody would actually do that, but that's kind of what The Secret teaches. There's nothing at all about just taking action every day, even when you don't want to, happy or sad, rain or shine, towards the goal, towards becoming a future you, which is better, right? You're throwing yourself, projecting yourself into the future, and you're saying, this is where I want to be, and here's where I am, right? And you can pull it with your beliefs, right? With your positive affirmations and all that, but you have to push it as well. You have to get up there through action, right? And this is the part that's not glamorous. This is the part that nobody shows. This is the part that never gets, talked about or discussed, is all of the failures, all of the rejections, everything leading up to that glorious moment. People just see the end result and they say, well, that guy stomped on people to get there, or evaded taxes, or whatever it is, right? They just look at the end, right? That guy was always good with women. They don't see like the struggle. They don't see the pain, the tears, the time when you couldn't do X, Y, or Z, the sacrifices that you made, the fact that you couldn't meet friends or couldn't go on this vacation or couldn't do X, Y, or Z because you were working on something that was bigger than you at that moment, and you had to grow and stretch, and it was painful, right? Along that path. People don't see that. So there is no place, there is no glory for people who take no action, okay? It's not like you're born into this world and everybody who dies gets some sort of beautiful peachy afterlife with the 72 virgins or whatever, right? No. You have to work for what you want. You have to work and put in the effort and time to become the person that you want to be, right? And then the glory comes. The glory comes after the hard work and sacrifice, day in and day out, right? There is no space in Valhalla for spectators, okay? Only champions. People have to step in the ring day in and day out and get what needs to be done, even if it hurts them, and because it hurts them, right? This makes you stronger, forging you in the fires of right action, okay? So that's the balance for me between, on one hand, taking action, powerful steps daily, not glamorous, not glorious, pushing yourself in the dirt and taking the steps, right, every day, whether you feel like it or not, towards your goals. And, on the other hand, having those nice and light and fluffy goals with the visualizations, and you can make a little, what are they called, like visual board or whatever, and plaster all the things that you want on it, or whatever it is that The Secret talks about. You can do that, but take the non-glamorous action day in and day out. And that is how you actually get to your goals. That is how you actually achieve success, whether that, be in business or with women, right? So, definitely don't think it's something you instantly arrive at or something you just manifest into the world, although you got to be careful of your mental thoughts because you can't have negative ones. You have to put in the time and the work.